Oh, Affirm, you're so funny making people spend money they don't have and present it in such a great, wonderful way. But it's not. You spend more money and you buy things you can't afford. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. Today we're going to talk about the latest financial craze that kind of makes me cringe. Buy now, pay later. Yep, so this has been a concept that's been around for a long time, but it recently got very popular. It actually started picking up a lot of steam during the pandemic, and now it is a $100 billion industry. So if you're not familiar with services like Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, Zip, Zilch, Sezzle, and other companies like this that allow customers to pay for items in interest-free installments, you might think, well, that sounds great, interest-free. But listen, there's still late fees and penalties if you miss payments, which happens a lot. A recent survey showed that more than a quarter of consumers cannot afford their buy now, pay later payments. 30% of respondents said that they have struggled to make payments, so they've skipped other bills like rent and utilities, to avoid defaulting on buy now, pay later. And in the same survey, 42.4% of consumers said the whole reason they used buy now, pay later is because they could not afford the items without a payment plan. You guys, this is a huge problem. This is debt. This is what debt is. But it's so marketed and beautiful and wonderful and on all the stores that people are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And so it's wild. And so we get in our head that it's okay. And it's crazy to see what people pay for in payments these days. So today, let's look at all of the things that you can use buy now, pay later for, and you will not believe number 9. It's the one that really hits close to home. All right, the first one, most popular, is clothes. So buy now, pay later is very, very popular, and a lot of stores accept different services than others, but stores like Target, Walmart, Forever 21, H&M, Lululemon, Saks Fifth Avenue, they're all hopping on this trend. And imagine paying a $20 shirt in 4 payments. I even saw a sign in front of a clothing store that said something like, "Are you broke but still want to treat yourself? Use Afterpay." So it's amazing how they market this, you guys. I mean, and again, clothes can run the gamut for the dollar amount that you pay, and you can justify in your head being like, oh, sure, I can buy that $200 pair of jeans and pay $50 a month versus $200. That feels better, but guess what? It's the same thing. It's $200, and if you miss a payment, then yeah, it's gonna screw up everything, and it's gonna add in all these fees and penalties, you guys, so not worth it. Number 2, home decor. So places like Pottery Barn, IKEA, Bed Bath & Beyond are all accepting buy now, pay later payments. That means you could be making payments on that throw pillow or blender for 4 different payments over time. Yep. All right, number 3, school supplies. I found an Afterpay ad that talks about how you can buy now, pay later for school supplies at Kmart. Now listen, school supplies, they are expensive, okay? I got the list for $1 million. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's one of those things that, yeah, if you have kids and you're like, man, I have to buy 3 different sets of all these school supplies, it is expensive. Then something like buy now, pay later, it really does. It can feel like a good thing. But listen, take your time and look at the list. If you cannot afford everything on that list, don't buy it all right now. Even contact the teacher if you have to and say, hey, is there things I can buy later on in the fall or at Christmas time that they don't need like the first month or 2 of school? Figure out a plan, but do not fall for the buy now, pay later. Number 4, groceries. Zip is advertising that you can pay for your next purchase at Kroger, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and other stores in 4 installments. Plus other stores where people can buy groceries like Target and Walmart, of course, accept buy now, pay later. So since this is kind of acts like debt, what ends up happening is you don't feel the purchase, okay? So when you're grocery shopping, especially, which is the number 1 budget buster, it's so easy to go over the budget with groceries, you're even more likely to spend more money when you're not feeling like, oh, I'm gonna pay for it all right now. But when you know, I have to pay for all of this in cash or with my debit card, you think twice about what you're purchasing, and that's a good thing. You end up spending less. All right, number 5, makeup and skincare. So people use buy now, pay later services at stores like Ulta Beauty and MAC. I even found an ad for a $40 serum that Sezzle wants you to buy in 4 payments of $9.74. $9, you guys. No. If you can't buy it, if you can't buy the $40 serum, don't buy it. No, just say no. Just say no. Just say no. All right, number 6, home gym setup and workout equipment. So Peloton, buy now, pay later. They welcome it. Or like this Affirm ad that you can get a home gym setup and lift now, pay later. Oh, Affirm, you're so funny. You're so funny making people spend money they don't have. Not good, not good. Number 7, tickets, plane tickets, concert tickets, skydiving tickets, all can be purchased buy now, pay later. Ticketmaster has also jumped on this, and people can use Klarna to buy tickets, but they can buy now, pay later. So again, you guys, it's just everywhere. Number 8, gas. Yeah, gas, which I know is so expensive right now, but places like Texaco and Chevron are allowing Klarna and Zip payments. So again, as gas prices get higher and higher and higher, just imagine how fast those payments are gonna pile up, and it's become overwhelming because you're going into debt for it. Number 9, the one that hurts the worst, like take the knife out of my heart right now. Pizza. Yep, pizza. Domino's, for instance, the buy now, pay later service, Zilch, is now letting people order pizza from Domino's, Uber, and Papa John's and pay it over 6 weeks. Y'all, if you can't buy a pizza, don't buy it. If you can't pay for it up front, as much as I love it, and I want you to experience pizza whenever you want pizza, just say no. Just say no. Go to the store, get a frozen one, get an old Tombstone from the frozen section for like $3, okay? There's a way to do it and eat pizza and not do this idea of payments, you guys. It's just this idea of debt. It's like, again, marketed and presented in such a great, wonderful way, but it's not. You spend more money and you buy things you can't afford. And again, the scary thing is that it's not even for expensive stuff. It's really for inexpensive things. But people get caught up in paying for these things in installments, and they lose track of their payments. They get backed up, and then all of a sudden, they default. And then all the fees and all the penalties start racking up. And you think, dang, for a large pepperoni pizza, this is where I've ended up. This is what my life's become. Not good. And again, the emotional idea of cash, you guys, when you spend with cash or your debit card, you feel it. There is something emotional. And this is for loans, credit cards, and buy now, pay later. It's a real thing. When you use your money, you make different decisions. And there's a lot of kind of sketchy things that these companies do to make money off of you. Like, it's not these companies are like, oh, we want to help people. They're making a lot of money. And so I want you to check out the Fine Print podcast, and it's called Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna. Should you buy now or pay later? And George Kamel goes deep into this content. It is so, so good. So make sure to check out that episode. All right, you guys, don't fall for this stuff. Listen, I love shopping more than anyone. I can get on board with the throw pillows and the clothes, not so much the Peloton and all that, but like other stuff, I get it. We want fun things. We want to enjoy life. Absolutely an amen. But don't do it sacrificing your financial future. Don't. If you can't pay for it, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. You're going to be so thankful down the road. 5-year-old more version of you is going to look back at today's version of you and say, wow, thanks for setting me up and getting me out of debt and having an emergency fund and funding retirement. And now I'm free, don't have stress when it comes to money, and I can enjoy my life, because that is what this is about. But money, it's become a thing that is so stressful for people because of decisions that they make. So remember, you have the ability to make different decisions, and that's what I want for you. I want you to make decisions that are going to help you in the future, not set you back, get you to building wealth versus keeping you broke. Because remember, it's all about taking control of your money and creating a life you love.